I'm going to tell you why you have chronic pain. I'm Dr. Aaron Casner, physical therapist, here to give you all the chronic pain information that you may need to get better and to recover, to stop being in that chronic pain state and to move forward with your life and get back to where you want to be. Okay, so when it comes to chronic pain, it's not an injury that we're trying to fix. It's a problem. And there's a difference because your body isn't damaged, but we're perceiving it as that. What's really happening is there's a problem with our processing system. So you can think about it as like your car. And if there's a problem with the sensor, it's not going to work the right way. And that's exactly the same thing with your body. If you have a sensor that's not working the right way or the information isn't being taken in the right way, you're going to have pain. So when it comes to the pain processing system, there are two main components. One is your peripheral nervous system. So those are the nerve endings that come out from your spinal cord and they extend into your hands, into your feet, all through your body. They take in information. And the second one is your brain, or more importantly, the unconscious portion of your brain, because pain is unconscious. This isn't something that you're thinking into existence in a way. You're not thinking, I need to send a pain signal because I'm going to stand up and I know that should hurt, so I'm going to go ahead and send a pain signal. That's not how it works. All unconscious. You don't have direct control over your pain. Now you can indirectly change your pain, and we'll get into that later, but you're not thinking it into existence, so it's not a head problem, right? Where it's not in your head necessarily, even though it is, but it's your unconscious portion. You're not controlling it. So let's talk about the first component, the peripheral nervous system. So like I said, those nerve endings come out and they extend all throughout your body and they pick up changes. Picks up changes in pressure, changes in temperature, changes in movement, changes in chemical. That's just a normal functioning body. So if I were to go out and I'm going to go for a run, if I'm running 3 miles regularly, if I go to try to run 5 miles or 6 miles or really push it and say, I'm tough, I'm going to run 10 miles today, those pressure receptors, those movement receptors, those chemical receptors, and even temperature are going to pick up those changes. And if it's more change than what my body is used to, I'm going to have a pain signal. All right, that's normal because that's to say, hey, this could be dangerous because you're not in the right shape to do this yet. So with chronic pain, those signals shouldn't pick up as a dangerous signal, but it is. All right, simple tasks as getting up from a chair or walking to the bathroom becomes painful when it doesn't need to be. There's no risk of injury there, but our brain's perceiving it that way. So what happens with chronic pain in the peripheral nervous system is those nerve endings, so they pick up those changes, they become ultra sensitive. So with sensitive nerves, it doesn't take as much of a change to have that pain signal. They become sensitive, they pick up those changes a lot quicker, and because of that, your brain's going to perceive it as a problem. So let's hop into the second component, the brain, the unconscious portion of your brain. So our brain is always forming habits. They form shortcuts. For example, when you first learned to drive, you had to be very aware of everything, right? You were thinking about your speed. You were thinking about where you're at in the lane. You're thinking about the person behind you. You're thinking about your next turn. Thinking about all these things. As you become a more experienced driver, you're not really thinking about it, right? I mean, if you're like me, there's times where you drive from home to work and you don't really remember driving because you were thinking about something else. That's because your brain formed shortcuts to know of all these different things to do it without really thinking about it. Pain's the same way. Pain can infiltrate into these patterns and cause a pain signal automatically. So for example, you have a pattern for walking. So as you go to walk, your brain has those shortcuts, you just do it, you don't think about it. But if chronic pain is part of the picture, pain will infiltrate that motor programming and becomes part of that habit. So even if it's not dangerous, because it's there, it's connected to that shortcut or connected to that habit, you're gonna have a pain response. So that's good news and bad news, right? The bad news is we form a habit of pain. But the good news is our brain is malleable and we can get that pain away from that habit. It takes work, it takes practice, but we can do it. And part of the way we do that is by lessening the pain response whenever we're doing something. So not going overboard. What I mean by that is you need to take inventory of what pain you're feeling or how much pain you're in when you're doing an activity. If you're starting at a 3 out of 10 on the pain scale and you need to walk to the bathroom, you need to figure out a way to walk to the bathroom without increasing your pain more than 2 points. So you can go from a 3 to a 5, that's considered healthy, but you don't want to go from a 3 to a 10. So finding ways to lessen that pain, and that may mean using a cane or using a walker in the short term, and that's okay. Because we need to get that pain response down so we can break that habit. And I'll give you more information in future videos about that, but that's one way to do it. Trying to find ways to ease the nervous system and not create an automatic response of pain just because it's part of the habit. So just to recap, peripheral nervous system, those nerve endings become sensitive, and then the brain's automatically responding with the pain signal and creating a pain habit. So we figure out what those are, and then we can fix the issue. It takes time, it takes practice, it takes a lot of effort on your part, but you're already going through a lot, but we can do it. We can work through that. So if you like this video, please like it, please share it, please follow me so I can give you more information. I want to be able to give as much as I possibly can. So the more you guys communicate with me, the more I can give you. So don't hesitate to message me. Don't hesitate to leave a comment. If you got questions, let me know. Happy to help. Thanks for watching, guys.